You okay?
What?
You okay?
Right, before we pack everything up, let's talk a little bit about where we used to live. We used to live in this Atelier d'Artiste building, or Artist Atelier building. By the early 20th century, Paris was one of the biggest hubs for artists coming from all over the world, and you needed to house these people. Painters, photographers, they needed a place to live and to work. Therefore, a building that on its program was specifically for this demographic. Now, the 11 bis Rue Schœlcher building, where we used to live, dates from 1925. You can say it's a proto-modernist building, where form follows function. It has a very clean facade, and there are very little decorative elements. It also has a few elements that can link to the Art Deco movement. This building housed many great artists, such as the painter Soulages, the writer and philosopher Simone de Beauvoir, who lived there most of her life till her death in 1986. And the photographer Lee Miller, who lived there for a brief moment. By the way, there's a film coming out about Lee Miller, starring Kate Winslet. I got this apartment like a decade ago. It was in really bad shape. This apartment was in the market for quite a while for a Parisian apartment, as no one could see the potential. But when I saw the huge windows, I was sold right there. Now, renovating this apartment, it was quite a challenge because there were no original elements whatsoever. I had to take cues from movies and photographs about these ateliers d'artistes. They were sparsely decorated, minimalistic spaces. Even if we're talking about like the 19th century or so, you see here that this is very different from renovating a mid-19th century building. The cues are completely different. We were talking about an apartment that it was made to receive light, not direct light, to be a workspace with no thrills. A Château from that period, it's a different thing. As we say in architecture, the context is very important. And what you do with the context, because you could totally go against it or really work with it. In both cases, I'm gonna work with it. In this Atelier d'Artiste, as this minimal space demanded, we went minimal, very light, very bright. Château is different. It has drama, it has detail, it has colors and textures. In a certain way, it begs you to emphasize all of that. It could be quite a maximalist approach if we're up for it. If you're interested in Atelier d'Artiste, maybe later on I could do a whole video about it. But for now, let's talk about the Château. Let's go straight to La Ferté.
Hello. I'm just here backstage in Cardiff, finished the show, and thinking about all the stuff I have to do when I get back to France. I need to get my French driver's license. I need to pack everything. I need to help Gustavo sign up for internet, water, electric. I need to get a bunch of stuff repaired, and I still have music recording things to finish and to release. Yeah. We have our work cut out for ourselves.
To be able to purchase La Ferté, we did something called a vente en cascade, literally waterfall sale. You make a contract to buy one property using the sale of another in your possession, and you have X amount of time to do so, or the deal is off. This can make the moving process a bit tricky, so our plan was to move the bulk of our belongings on June 25th with the help of movers, then go back to Paris to sign the final papers and hand over the keys to Schœlcher. We wouldn't be able to make the final move to the Château right away, because we had work in Paris, and not to mention, we still needed to buy a car. Thankfully, Carole and Adrian were so kind to let us drop off the majority of our stuff a few days before the final signing.
Hot summer in a
Hot summer. Chose to move the only hot day that we're gonna have this summer.
Yeah.
It's gonna go down.
Anyone who knows anything and has been around the block knows the pain of moving your records. We've put them in the car directly because it's a very hot day. We did it. Now we have to reward ourselves with some food.
Yeah. What is the name of this town?
Fontaine Daniel, je pense.
It's very cute. This is ridiculously cute. Just to complicate things even further, President Emmanuel Macron announced the dissolution of the National Assembly and called for elections exactly during our moving week.
Who did you vote for?
Front populaire, quoi. Bien sûr. This was supposed to be a 2-round election, but luckily my district elected its representative in 1 round.
I sent the list of cars and sort of notes to my stepdad. Are you honing in on like a certain model or make, or what's your feeling on it right now?
We need something that can take 7 people, that we can tow stuff, and something with 4-wheel drive or like all-wheel drive. Here's this Ford Explorer in Meaux, which is not really far from here, that kind of has a big mileage. There's like an older one that's very low mileage, but it's in Lille.
Mm-hmm. So it's a bit far, yeah.
It's a bit
But we could drive it. That's fine.
You should there, you know.
Tomorrow's the day off, so I'll give you a ring tomorrow, and maybe we can have a longer chat about our to-do list.
Bye.
Bye. Il y a personne.
Tiens, 23, 24.
France is not an easy place to find a used SUV, but we got up at 5:40 a.m. on the earliest train to Lille to see a promising listing.
Moi, je voudrais un Whopper.
Whopper, normal.
Ouais, et je vais ajouter fromage. That escalated quickly. Yes. We're driving back with a new car.
25-year-old car.
A new old car.
We're gonna do 500 kilometers with a car that we just bought. It's been sitting in a, what do you say, garage?
Garage. Mechanics.
Rolling.
We are tired and starving. We've been up since 5:45. We had no idea, kind of no idea that we were going to come home with a car today. So now we have to have sustenance.
Can you name the truck with 4-wheel drive? Smells like a steak and seats 35. Canyonero. Canyonero.
Now, all that was left was to drive from Lille back to Paris, through Paris, grab the last round of stuff, and then head out to the Château. And on top of that, I had to leave the very next day for a festival.
This is the test, the final test.
never pass here.
Really?
Maybe once? I don't know.
Well, here we go.
All the cop cars.
You got it.
This is as complicated as everyone think it is. Around. Oh my god, look at that.
Just easy does it.
That one. Right?
Keep going, yeah, keep going.
This one? This one?
Yes. Great.
Damn.
Woo! You did it! There's a lot of dead bugs on that windshield.
They just put like 71 euros for like half a tank. Content.
With the last of our stuff in the back of Dora the Explorer, we finally had everything we needed to start our new life in the chateau.